overcome the emotion. The emotion is called jealousy.
I can't believe I gave you the advice I said before. That's outrageous. If this was a girl and boy situation, I would say she's just not that into you. Hi, I'm May and welcome back to OP Said, where we have even more wild, crazy, scary, just insane stories, really.
I'm Marie.
And I'm Mel. Happy to be here. Today is a submissions episode. So we are reading submissions that you guys have sent us. First submission. Hi, OP Said podcast. I love the show and I need some advice. This might be a long one, so please bear with me. My friend, let's call her A, and I have known each other since primary school. We've basically watched each other's younger siblings grow up. A few years ago, I moved into an apartment she rented with my sister. My sister was always away, so A and I sometimes became partners in crime. We went out together, had fun, and even grew closer. Fast forward to the following year. My sister moved out and I decided to rent the space with A. I was late on my rent payment. I'm not trying to make excuses, but at the time I was a student with no income or financial support. Still, I managed to pay it off about 2 months later. This year, we rented together again, and again, I was late on my rent for the same reasons. We also split all household bills. For context, my friend is not a student and is a couple of years older than me. A few weeks ago, I was hosting an event and invited my friends, including a mutual friend of ours. Let's call him D. At the start of the year, A had some issues with D. Out of respect, I told her in advance that D would be there, so she wouldn't be caught off guard. She basically blew up and said I shouldn't have invited him because of their issues. Normally, I would have agreed, but D has really been there for me and has been a shoulder to lean on. There was no way I wasn't going to invite him. I explained it was a big event. D wasn't staying long and they could easily avoid each other. He wasn't exactly happy to see her either. She accused me of trying to gaslight and manipulate her. We had a full argument over text the day before the event and I eventually stopped responding. On the day of the event, she didn't show up, even though she had originally agreed to help me set up. My other friends, including D, came and we had a great time. I had also invited some of A's friends who said they'd come, but didn't. I suspected she might have said something to them, but I didn't dwell on it. During the event, A sent me several messages that felt like she was trying to bait me into an argument. I ignored them. A few weeks later, I found out through another mutual friend that she's been telling people she doesn't want to split rent with me anymore because I'm always late on payments and refuse to pay bills, which is not true. Yes, I sometimes pay late, but so does she and our other housemate. The house has never gone without essentials because I didn't pay my share. In fact, I started splitting bills with her a few months before I even began paying rent. I'm hurt because she's saying all of this to other people instead of talking to me. She knows I've been struggling financially this year. I admit I've been living slightly above my means and I am making plans to move, but I'm trying my hardest. I'm a recent graduate, unemployed, and my small business is the only thing keeping me afloat. Almost all of my earnings go towards bills, leaving me broke until my next sales. When I was financially better off, we went out a lot together, sometimes splitting the bill, sometimes one of us paying for the other. I'm hurt because she's never once asked how I'm doing or if I'm okay. I keep a smile on my face and stay lighthearted, but anyone living in our house could see I've been struggling. She's doing well financially and I'm genuinely happy for her, but for her to say these things behind my back, especially while we're not speaking, says a lot about her character. I'm in my early 20s and still trying to find my balance after graduating. I know this living situation is more expensive than I can afford, and I do plan to move soon. But can't she see I'm trying my best? Or does she not hold me to the same standard I hold her? Am I the asshole for still refusing to speak to her, or are my feelings valid?
Your feelings are valid, but why don't you lot have a conversation? I don't understand. It just sounds like you could have had a conversation even after the text argument. Guys, please communicate. How can you have a text argument? What is a text argument?
Oh no, that's easily done. But I agree with Marie. All you lot need to do is just talk. I'll be honest with you, the whole back and forth, it's ridiculous. And I think two things can be true at once.
Yeah.
in this situation, you have described that your friend doesn't feel like a friend. She hasn't been understanding with your financial situation. And also, I guess she's been a little bit unreasonable with the whole D come in and then her seemingly then saying that to her friends that they shouldn't come to the party, etc., etc. Like the party as well as the accusations of not paying your rent. Like it's a whole mess right now when it could be easily fixed if you lot just spoke. And it's easy for you to see that she isn't being a good friend to you, and to assume that because she's not bearing in mind that you're not up right now like as you used to be. However, please remember that you don't appear to be a good friend to her because you knew about her and Dee's problems and you still invited him. So I think you both need to have a clear conversation in order to understand each other because you're coming from two different perspectives. You look like a bad friend to her, on top of the fact you're not paying rent on time as well, and vice versa. That's what it was given to me. And I think everything could be easily fixed if you just sat down and spoke to each other and listened to one another and come to some kind of solution and resolution.
Yeah, I agree. I think just have a conversation about everything, air it out, and
Literally.
I'm sure you guys will arrive. If you want to maintain the friendship, then you'll arrive at a healthy solution. But I will say, like, I would feel some type of way if somebody invited somebody that I knowingly, and it's declared, everybody knows it, that I don't like that person. I wouldn't go. I just wouldn't go to the event. So I'm not surprised that her and her friends didn't turn up. I think that's very normal. Mm-hmm. And obviously, it depends on exactly what went down. Obviously, you haven't decided to give us that information, but maybe that was too much for her. Yeah. She's the asshole for telling everybody your business because that's unfair. And you're right. It does highlight that there's something wrong with her character. I completely agree. But just have a conversation and you can say what your issues are. She can say what her issues are. And then, as I said, if you guys still want to maintain the friendship, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to figure out nothing about someone that's talking my business outside. You're dead to me. There's no way.
Yeah.
That I'm really...
It's true.
Because we're fighting, you've been chatting me behind my back. You can fuck right off.
It's true, actually. I can't...
In a way.
I take it back.
Can you imagine? If we have a falling out and because of that falling out, all of a sudden, I'm loosey-goose.
Yeah. Why do you sound like me?
Loosey-goosey.
I'm loosey-goosey. Can you imagine?
That's the term.
Yeah, no, that's not fair.
Like the things that happen in our friendship, I can express my frustration with the situation and be like, I can't believe she invited D. I'm really angry with her because of that. Fine. But now I'm saying she's even broke. She's even this. She's even that.
That is
absolutely not.
Do you know what? For that reason, ignore everything I said before.
I don't want to talk to you. I just want to move out.
Sorry. Actually, do you know what? Do this. Continue not speaking to her because somebody you can't trust and that's chatting your name, chatting your business, that's not a friend. So actually, it is what it is. That friendship is over. Just figure out where you're going to move and then just move and that's the
silently. That's it. This friend has let her know. This could have been going on for ages. So, by the way, we know that she's been up, she's been down, they've done things together, blah, blah, blah. But you don't know what she said behind. So, to me, that will throw a lot of things into question. Because I'm like, why are you talking about my financial situation to other people and saying that not only that but you're also falsifying the story. I never have money, you're always paying for me. So I think when it comes to friends now, where I am now, there's certain things that if you do this, you can't be my friend because I need my friends to be locked in, even in death do us part. Like if you die doesn't mean that I'm going to now go and talk your business. If we're not talking anymore, doesn't mean that everything that you told me in 2004 is now everybody. This is breaking news. I think that there should be. You have to be loyal. You have to be an honourable person. Like how
it does speak to your character if you're chatting.
What is that? Can't be out here talking about what Rachel did in 2004. That's what she did in 2004. It's not my business. I don't like that, man. I do not like that.
I hear that. I can't believe I gave you the advice I said before. That's outrageous.
No, but you were giving the advice. It's fine.
No,
Sometimes we're
it's
in
not.
here, we lose our minds, you know, right? Like we actually lose our mind because we focus on one part.
It's true.
And then you're just like, no, you know, friend. But then you're like, hold on, she was chatting me. She chatting me. And it's also the tone of the story. The tone was still quite, oh yeah, this is what happened.
It sounds like she wants to resolve the situation though. Yeah.
So you're following the tone. I'm telling you to dead it. Continue in silence. If you want to obviously be amicable in the house, you can have a conversation and be like, look, it's mad awkward.
Yeah, I would say
you can sort of be neutral.
Yeah.
Like I understand. But then you just exit, and when you exit the friendship, done. I ain't got it.
And exit expeditiously as well. I hate.
But she's not having a good time right now, guys. She's not up financially.
Yeah, she's not up. She said that
she
she's
can't
say that she's making plans.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, she just can't leave right away.
If you're in London, I understand that. It's hard out
this
here, man.
world, bro. The world, everywhere is expensive. But
I get it. I definitely get it. But
yeah,
girl, that is not your friend.
It's true.
Yeah?
It's true.
Completely off topic. We know that 96% of you guys that regularly watch this channel are not subscribed. Do us a massive favour and hit the subscribe button. It helps us more than you know, and it helps us push our content out to people just like yourselves that are entertained, actually like our content. And you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok at OPZ Podcast.
Submission 2. Hi girls. My story is long and messy, but I want to share one recent chapter that still feels like a nightmare. I was in an on and off relationship with this guy for over 3 years. He's extremely insecure and he didn't like me going out with friends, didn't want me talking to men, and even had a problem with the bar next to my house. He constantly tried to control what I wore unless he was with me. I'm a free spirit. I love to travel. I value my independence. I can't stand being controlled. But with him, we fought constantly, literally every month. We broke up November 2024, but he kept texting me and calling until I finally blocked him. Then in February 2025, he reached out to my mum, asking her to tell me to unblock him. I gave in. He asked me to come to the US to help him with some stuff. I hesitated, but eventually agreed. While I was there, he made a fuss over everything. He didn't want me going to the mall or even taking a simple walk. One day, I went down the street to grab McDonald's. When I came back, he had locked me out on purpose and left, fully aware I didn't have keys. That should have been the end, but it wasn't. He treated me so horribly that I ended up taking an early flight home and blocked him again. But then I had completely checked out emotionally. In April, I started talking to someone new. It wasn't serious. I had just gotten out of something toxic. We slept together, and yes, it was good. Then in June, my ex resurfaced. He said he wanted to try again, and he'd been in Europe for work and wanted me to come spend time with him. I hesitated. I told him I wasn't sure, especially since I had been with someone else and had a trip planned to St. Vincent. But he convinced me to cancel St. Vincent and come to Europe.
What does this man have over you?
Sis.
What is it? Is it black magic? Every time I hesitated, but then I went and done what he asked of me.
Wait. Let's not be judgy, please.
He convinced me to cancel St. Vincent and come to Europe instead. Foolishly, I agreed. Before I left, he asked me to do a full STD test. I had no problem with that, but I told him I'd need help covering the cost because it was expensive and I wasn't working. He went silent, but I still went to Europe. The first week was fine. We had sex twice. Then 6 days later, he suddenly claimed he had discharge and accused me of giving him chlamydia.
Liar.
I was shocked. I had 0 symptoms. He completely lost it. Called me every name you can imagine, threatened to cancel the lease on the apartment I'm staying in, and even contacted the landlord who told him he legally couldn't do that. He left me with a few euros, barely enough for 2 weeks, and spent 2 days emotionally and verbally abusing me non-stop. Now I'm stuck in Europe. My return flight isn't until the end of September, and changing it is way too expensive. I feel trapped, drained and heartbroken, and even though I've done nothing wrong, I'm the one that's left struggling to survive.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry that you're going through that.
That's so awful.
I know stories rarely leave us silent, but that is so awful. Maybe send us a message like how much you need.
How much you need? Let us know.
We can help contribute, because there's no way in hell that this guy is going to get away with this. But honey, please.
Do you know what? Can you ask? Marie will send you a DM.
Yeah, I will send you a DM. But also, I do think
by the time this comes up, because we're ahead in filming.
Yeah, we film way ahead.
But like today, she'll send you a message and we'll try and contribute.
I think what is really clear here is that this guy is abusive, emotionally abusive, and he knows your situation. He draws you out and takes you almost in isolation so he can mistreat you. You need to never, ever, ever go anywhere he asks you to go. And when he's blocked, make him stay blocked. Tell your mother what he does to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any mother that's going to be like, yeah, you should go on holiday with this guy. I also would have a friend that I tell like my story to, so that she can hold me accountable and kind of draw you back in whenever you feel like you're going to be weak or you feel like you're going to crumble. I think that's super important. Out of your friends, you might have one that's like, no, don't message him, or you might want to call her or him. I don't know, but definitely go. I'll send you a DM and we'll talk through how we can help. But please stay away from that man. He's awful.
Yeah. But you know what? It's not, for me, it's not enough to say that he's awful. He's abusive.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to use the right language.
So he's actually stranded.
Can you get a restraining order? Can you possibly get a restraining order?
I don't think he's done enough to qualify.
I think he just needs to.
He's done enough to qualify for a restraining order. But my thing is, he is abusive. It's a very toxic relationship. If nobody's told you, let me be the first to tell you this. It's an extremely toxic relationship, and you deserve better. Like, you genuinely deserve better. Nobody should ever find themselves in a situation like yours.
Sorry,
I'm so sorry that you're going through.
Have you not got any friends or family, siblings? Even if, and me, I've got the most pride in the world.
Aside.
Yeah, I've got so much pride here. I would rather be homeless than. But anyway, don't be like me. Can you ask people for help?
Your mother.
Like, even to the point where ask people for a loan. Like, ask people for loans that you can pay it back, like, even if you tell them in 6 months' time or, like, 12 months, whatever it may be. But please get yourself home. Because being stranded, what day is it today? And then it's what, the 25th, 26th of August or what? Anyway, till the end of September. That's a long time.
And also, I was going to say,
and you don't have money.
It's even scarier because he's the one that has the address to this place. So it seems like unfortunately, you don't often say no to him. And he's the only one that knows where you live. So he's going to worm his way back in because he does know when you're leaving. So I really hate that situation for you. As Marie said, we'll try and help as much as we can do. But I need you to find some way to just block him and just so that he remains dead to you forever and always. That, like, something about his name, even just the name of his name, just repulses you significantly. He is an awful piece of shit human being. Like, he's actually a piece of shit human being. You don't treat people like that. You don't treat people like that you claim to care about. And I don't know why he got you to do the STD test, because clearly he's the one that actually has an issue. And I think that he almost wanted that excuse to try and blame you. Like, there is something really sinister going on in his mind. And you seem to be this forever available punching bag for him. Girl, I can't say this enough. You deserve better. You deserve better than this, but we'll help where we can.
And I don't know where you're from, but if you're from the UK, you can go to the GP and request therapy. They do counselling, like 6 free sessions, so you can get counselling in that retrospect. But I do think
and get tested as well. Get tested when you come back to your country.
So get tested, and you also really, really need to try that free counselling if possible, because I definitely know that there's definitely 6 free sessions, so you can talk through your emotions, but you need help so that you can stop going back to this guy, because it seems to me that you are being emotionally abused, which is why you keep going back. You are in an emotionally abusive relationship, and I haven't been in one of those, but I know that it does break you down mentally, and it feels like you're broken down, which is why you keep going back to the familiar, even though you were in a promising relationship where you had a holiday booked, you still went back to the familiar. So please look into that. But again, I will DM you. We'll try and help you as much as we can.
Do you know what? I'm really lost for words.
I'm lost for words. There's not much you can say.
I'm really lost for words, but the only thing that's like, I always think about what needs to be done immediately. You need to get home. So that's why I said ask your friends, cousins, family, whatever. Ask anyone for help. And as I said, alone is a last resort. You know, hopefully they just give it to you out of the kindness of their heart. But please try to get money so you can get back home. Being stranded for weeks in a foreign country with little money is awful. That man left you stranded. That means, and even if someone hasn't said that to you, he doesn't care about you. And I really need you to start caring and loving yourself enough to know that. I know May told you that you deserve better. I think you should know that, but you really need to love yourself enough to never go back. That guy's really awful, and he's dangerous. Like, what he's kind of done is financial abuse, in a sense of like, he'll pay for somewhere and something that you can't do for yourself, that you can't get yourself back from. And he's so abusive, he will leave you there. And
thank God he couldn't even retract the money for the lease.
Yeah, because then he would have left you homeless as well. That guy's disgusting. He's scum. He's scum. But anyway, yeah, let us know so that we can help you. Get therapy, get all the help that you can. But in the meantime as well, please, can you try, is there any way that you can get a job online or to make money online? And that will help you get a ticket back home. I'm literally trying to think, like, how can you get home? Like, that is the immediate thing that you need to do. There are loads of online ways to make money. Like, see if you can do that as well in the meantime, if you can't get help from anybody else. Okay, so the next submission. Hi ladies, I'm looking for some advice on whether I should distance myself from my cousin or try to maintain an actual friendship. For context, we're both women, our mums are full-blooded sisters, and my cousin is 2 years older than me. We were super close growing up, but when I was 9, my mum and I moved to another state. After that, our sisterhood basically ended because my cousin stopped answering my calls and texts. The only time I'd see or hear from her was at family funerals. Fast forward 10 years, when I turned 19, I moved back to my home state. My cousin told me she wanted to rebuild our sisterhood. I asked her why she had distanced herself, and she explained that when I left, she fell into a deep depression. According to her, her mum and siblings were never nice to her, and I had always stood up for her, so she said she shut me out because of depression. Now, her family really was toxic. That's part of why my mum moved away. But it was hard for me to fully believe her reasoning because the whole time I was Facebook friends with her and saw her out with friends having the time of her life. But okay, I let it go. I figured, fine, we'll start fresh. Anyway, my cousin is now a nurse. I recently found out nurses get free cruises to Margaritaville. She told me when she learned about it, but didn't invite me. I wasn't offended. I assume she'll go with her long-term boyfriend. They've been together almost 5 years, or maybe her mum. To my surprise, she took one of her girlfriends instead on a cruise to Mexico. My uncle asked her why she didn't take me, and her response was, well, my friend needs a getaway, her mum has cancer, and she's financially head of her household right now since her husband isn't fully employed, yet while waiting for his green card paperwork. I almost lost it. Let me be clear, I am super empathetic, but when I was in undergrad, my mum had a stroke. In grad school, she was diagnosed with cancer. Both times I stepped up financially and emotionally while balancing school and work. So I totally get what her friend is going through. I have no beef with the friend. But what pisses me off is that my cousin goes above and beyond for her friends, who honestly don't even care about her the way she thinks they do. But she doesn't extend the same love and effort to me, even though I've always been there for her, despite her ghosting me when we were kids. For example, she once dropped out of college and gave up on her dream of being a doctor. I let her live with me rent-free whenever she needed, encouraged her to at least get her RN license, helped her with her financial aid applications, essays, everything, and I was front and centre at her graduation. She was the first in our family to graduate college, so we were all ecstatic. Fast forward, I eventually graduated with my master's. She made up a lame excuse not to come to my graduation ceremony, but at a celebration a few days later, she confessed to my mum that she didn't go because she was too overcome with emotion, saying she felt like a failure settling for her bachelor's whilst I, her younger cousin, had overcome so much and got my master's. Since then, I've watched her take grand trips, both in the US and abroad, often covering the costs for her friends. She'll drop everything to support them emotionally. She's basically Wonder Woman for her friends, but when she's emotionally drained, I am her first phone call. Now, I won't say she does nothing for me. She gives thoughtful birthday and Christmas gifts, and she'll hang out with me when her man or her friends upset her. But she's not there for me during my big moments, and she never invites me to her big events. I've mentioned my feelings before, but she always has an excuse, and I usually bury it because I don't want to seem bitter, given our history. But now I'm 30 and I'm tired of feeling like a back burner bitch. Would I be wrong to distance myself? Anya. Code name, of course.
No.
Distance yourself. You need to cut her off. What's wrong with you guys? Know where to cut the line. Yeah, you guys had not just a distant relationship. Draw the line, sorry. But, hun, cut that friend. She's acting like a distant...
Cousin.
Cut that cousin. She's acting like a distant relative anyway.
It's true.
So, great birthday gifts. Send them in the post. I don't want to hang out with you when your boyfriend and your friends are not available. You are not... the words escaped me. But you're not secondary. You're not second best. No, man. I don't like that. Why do you guys let people trample over you like this? And when I say that, I don't mean it in a judgmental way. But I remember being this kind of person where you just get the bare minimum from someone. You're like, oh my God, that's my cousin. And then you live off of what happened in the past over here somewhere. Whereas what's staring in front of you, what's right in front of you is that this person is rubbish. That if you had to create a list, your list will be here and her list will stop firmly at 3 points, because I'm sure you've given us everything that she does. She can take her friends on lavish cruises, lavish holidays, expensive holidays, but she can't come and celebrate with you because she's jealous. That's the word that you should have used. She was jealous.
That's true.
Because you were younger than her and you achieved more than her.
Yep.
That's why she overcome the emotion. The emotion is called jealousy. The emotion is called envy. Okay? That's why she didn't come.
It's true.
And jealousy is not a bad thing until you act on it. She's jealous of you and she treats you as such. Please just move. Just let her disintegrate in the background. You don't even need to end it. Just stop answering her phone calls the same way she did to you. Mm-hmm. You don't need to explain yourself because you already expressed yourself more than once. Mm-hmm. How many more conversations can we have about the same thing if you're going to keep lying to my face and playing in my face? And then you just need to get on with your life. Replace her with someone who actually feels the same way about you. That's my advice. And I say this because I've been there. I've been that friend to someone and I was deeply disappointed and angry with myself for letting it carry on for so long.
Yeah. I recently had a conversation with somebody where I had to tell them, that's not your friend like that. It's not. Yeah. It's not your friend. Like, everything that you've said tells us that you do significantly more than she does for you. And also tells me that it's not going to change. It's never going to be balanced. It's like that's actually how your relationship is set up. And I think a lot of people don't want to accept that. But unfortunately, the way her relationship with you works is that you are there when things don't go so well for her. You're the backup plan. You're the person that she can lean on. But anything else, big trips, big holidays, big memories, big anything, you're not her go-to. So accept it, move on, stop picking up her phone calls, stop being available, just available. Become unavailable to her and then you'll be just fine. And yeah, as Marie said, I don't know, put more into a friendship whereby it is more equal. But we understand that not all relationships are 50-50. It's not equally yoked, equally split. Understand that. But I'm telling you, this cousin, she knows exactly what she's doing, by the way. She knows that, I don't know, if your name's Stella, I can always call Stella when I'm down bad.
And that's who you worked with
always,
in the beginning.
and that's the thing. It's like, if I need a bit of money, I can call Stella. Stella can help me. Yeah, Stella really, she'll even tell people, Stella really likes spending time with me.
She's not an idiot. She actually knows exactly what she's doing and to whom she's doing it with. To whom, like, she's specifically doing it with you. So she's not your friend like that. And I'm not even talking about the familial fact that you are cousins. Forget that. She's not the friend that you need or the friend that you want her to be.
She's not the family you need. Like, dead that. I've got a cousin that used to move mad like that. One day I just block her one time.
Yeah.
I don't play. You only come for me for what? When you want to come to London and you want to have a place to stay. Hotel, baby. Let's see if you check for me when you come then.
It's true.
Like, it's just big user energy.
Yeah.
Big user energy. No.
Yeah, I agree with the girls. If this was a girl and boy situation, I would say she's just not that into you. Like, honestly, she isn't. And the fact that you've been able to list all of these things in the dilemma tells me that you've noted it. Like, and one thing I think that you need to do is, but you're already doing it, but I think you need to take note, is watch how she behaves, not what she says. She says that she loves you. She says you're her best friend, or she says all of these things, but she doesn't act like it. And for that very reason, stop giving her your time, your effort, your energy. Stop being available to her when she's never that for you, unless she's bored or has nobody else around for her. You said when her boyfriend's not around or when her friends aren't available. That's the time that she comes to you. And you are worth more than just to be used. She's a user. Like, your cousin is literally a user. And let me tell you something. I've been there. When all of a sudden it's like, we had this one friend. We would even do Christmases with her. We would go out with her, this, that and other. But then she got other friends and all of a sudden she's inviting them back to her house. But we're not really getting invites like that. She's going on trips with these people. She's doing this, that and other. She was doing so much more with her other friends than she was with us. And I was just like, what's going on here? And I realised, you know what? We weren't that for her. And it happens. It hurts like hell. And it hurts to even admit it out loud. But you've already begun by even writing this down. So that's step one. But honestly, distance yourself. You would not be the asshole. And you know what? The way she is, the way she uses you, you don't need to explain a thing. You don't need to explain a thing. Just don't initiate. And I'm pretty sure you'll see she's not going to be proactive. She's not that.
The relationship will come to an end naturally.
It will come to a natural end, by the way.
Will,
as in just family functions.
She'll try to.
She will. But be unavailable. If she needs somewhere to stay, if she has a spare ticket to stuff, like, you don't go either as well. Like, you should be considered in the planning of anything, not as a backup. Because Stacey dropped out or because this person dropped out, and that's when she comes to you. No. Like, you've always put her first. You've always put time aside, effort aside. You deserve that as well. You deserve for that to be reciprocated. You deserve that.
And remember that the beginning of the story is very telling on how it is right now between you two. And in the beginning of your submission, you mentioned that when you and your mum moved away because her family was toxic, she was very silent on social media. She didn't answer your phone calls.
No, she wasn't. She was active, but she said that she was so depressed. To her, she ghosted her.
She basically ghosted you, but you could see that she was outside. She said that she was depressed. I think she's manipulative. I think she's using depression so that you could shut the hell up and not ask her really hard questions and have that conversation with her. I don't think this girl is depressed at all. I think that she is a jealous little CUMT and she just doesn't want to be around you. But because you're so kind-hearted and she's your cousin, because let's face it, if this was a friend, I don't think you would stick around. So that family, knock it out. And just treat her as you would with anybody. If a boyfriend treated you like this, she would go away. If anyone else treated you like that, you wouldn't accept it. So for her as well, kick her to the curb. She doesn't even deserve even for you to send in this submission.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Of it. She's taken advantage of your good nature. She's literally taken advantage of your kindness, and because you're family as well. Family is used as an excuse for all sorts. Because of that, that's why she almost thinks that you're always going to be around. Don't do it.
Okay, next submission. Am I the asshole for finding it hard to hold space for my cousin?
Another cousin. Oh. It's a cousin episode.
I know, literally. I, 31 female, have always loved and adored my little cousin. When she was young, I used to help my uncle, her dad, look after her. Since I lived...
Is this the other sides?
Flip the script.
Do you know what it is? It's like she said her younger cousin, the other said her older. Sorry.
In the beginning.
When she was young, I used to help my uncle, her dad, look after her since I lived with my grandma after my mum passed away. As we got older, we weren't as close, but my love for her never changed. I know there were issues between her mum and my uncle that I wasn't privy to, but it's clear she holds a lot of resentment towards him. In 2019, I gave birth to my daughter at 27 weeks. She came to visit me briefly in the hospital with her mum, and I really appreciated it. I hadn't seen them in years, and at the time I had no support. I was also in an abusive relationship. She knew about my situation, and she was one of the few people who bought my daughter some preemie vests. But the next time she came with clothes, it was just a bag of used ones. That wouldn't have been a problem, except one of the items still had baby sick on it. It wasn't that they were secondhand, it was that no care had been taken to at least make sure they were clean. I snapped at her over text, which wasn't the right way to handle it. She told me I should be grateful for whatever I get.
Is it?
I never apologised. The next time we saw each other, a couple of years later, she made a mocking comment. I recognised it as an immature payback, and I just let it go. In 2024, she got pregnant. Of course, I was excited for her. I counted down the weeks of her, checked in on her, contributed money towards her maternity and newborn shoot, and brought gifts to her baby shower.
Why?
Honestly, doing those things was difficult for me because I never had even half of that support when I was pregnant, but I still wanted to show up for her. The photographer, someone I know casually, more than an acquaintance but not quite a friend, released some photos she hadn't wanted shared, but it was part of the contract in the terms and conditions. She complained about it, and now that she's had the baby, she's also been vocal about having the baby blues. I understand she's hormonal and adjusting to being a first-time mum, but I can't help but feel like she's had everything and still it's not enough. Meanwhile, when I was in the thick of it, I had nothing and was told to be grateful. So now, when she complains, I find it hard to comfort her. Am I wrong to feel this way?
No.
No, you're not wrong to feel this way, but run it back again and tell me why you're still friends with this person.
No, it's her cousin. So a younger cousin.
And?
I do you know what? Dan, you saw me ask why, right? I don't understand why you went above and beyond and did so much for her during her pregnancy when she wasn't very nice and told you to have a grateful attitude when you received dirty clothes. I don't know why you did so much for this person when you know what her attitude was like. So I'm struggling, and I think because you're family.
Yeah, of course. Do you know what? I can actually relate to this story in a way, because you do for people what you would have liked to be done for you. That's what this sounds like. She's doing for her what she needed when she was going through such a hard time. She's
but you do it for the right one. This one
but
this one is not.
Yeah, but she might be the only cousin she has. So you're saying it because, and I always have to remind us that because we do not care for family like that. And when I say we don't care for family, that we can separate a bad attitude from family, because sometimes I feel like because you're family, you will let people run over you. And even I'm very guilty of this. Sometimes I have to talk to my friends and be like, this is mad, right? And then they'll be like, that's mad. Like recently something mad happened. When I said it to my friends, even saying it out loud, I was like, this is mad.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work if it was a friend that did it to me. But because it was family, it threw it into question. I think what you're doing is you're doing for her what you would have liked done for you because you were going through such a hard time, and that's not wrong, but I think you should just stay in your own corner and leave this woman alone, because
literally
just leave this woman alone. That's all I can say to you is dead it. Some things, just she can be a family member that you see at family. That's how I tolerate a lot of family. When we see each other, it's like, oh my God, I love you so much. Then I don't see you again for 5 years, and I promise you I will still love you the same.
Yeah.
But if I see you more, we're going to be fighting. We're going to be tussling because I can't stand you. And I think some people... Small doses.
Literally.
You can't just... My cousin. It's not that. There's some cousins that you're going to be best friends, or some family members that just get you. And there's some... Their characteristics, the way they are, it's just not for you. This doesn't sound like someone that you should have in your life, because when you were down, she was like, here's a pack of clothes, dirty clothes. Who deserves dirty clothes?
Literally. No one.
Dirty clothes, not second hand, because I'm not looking down at second hand.
Dirty clothes,
but dirty clothes, and knowing that you have an abusive background, that's someone that doesn't give a heck.
Yeah.
So I don't think that you should do any more.
Yeah, like
that will settle your spirit, and you'll find yourself not getting angry, comparing situations, because that's what you're doing. You're saying like, I didn't have that, but she's got more than me. All of that will die down because you're not doing for this person. Relax.
You don't. I think the more you do as well, unfortunately, and I can slightly hear it as well, you're going to start resenting her.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, playing devil's advocate here, she never asked for all that. This is what you did. You actually took yourself and is now going above and beyond, helping this girl out, giving her a listening ear, stuff that she wouldn't necessarily do for you. So in all of this, the only person that you can be mad at, who's got at, is yourself. Please, if someone, regardless of whether they're family or not, does not necessarily rub you up the right way, or your values aren't aligned in terms, and even your characteristics, just keep your distance and have boundaries in place with family. Like, you don't have to be enmeshed in their lives and be there for them, offering babysitting, offering this, that and other, offering things that they would never do for you. Like, you don't need to do all of that. You can still love her, be there for her if she ever needs a phone call, etc., etc. But please stop doing so much more than I guess she even deserves, just based off how she treated you. That's what I mean in terms of how much she deserves. It's not reciprocal. I don't think that you're wrong to feel the way that you do. You say, so when she complains, you find it hard to comfort her. I don't think you should be comforting her.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be picking up the phone to her. I think that she's a bitch. And I'm going to throw it out there. You don't give someone dirty clothes and say you should be grateful.
Yeah.
That's
wrong.
That's awful behaviour. And the fact that you're still here trying to be nice to her and do things for... Absolutely not. You don't give me crap. Like, literally, you don't give me crap and then tell me to be grateful for it. I can't move past that, but that's just me. But yeah, don't...
Me too.
Don't you think, like, how... Be grateful. Be grateful that you gave me a dirty clothes for my newborn kid. No, I'm not going to be grateful for that.
That's premature. And also, when you're premature, you are more susceptible to sickness, illness, and you want to give me someone else's sick. Okay. While I'm in the hospital, no worries.
Yeah, I wasn't able to move past that. So there's nothing wrong with the way that you feel about your cousin. I think that you need to distance yourself from that family. Like, just please. I think it's for the betterment of everybody.
And the answer is no. You're not wrong to feel the way that you did at all, and do.
Submission 5. Am I the asshole for being in love with the guy who said he'd drop his wife and kids for me, even though he's dating someone in my friend circle? Whoo. Let me take you back. I was 9 when he moved next door. Michael. 5 years older, calm, quiet, not loud or cocky. But when he walked into a room, everyone noticed. And me, just a kid. Friends with his little sister, same age, same grade, nothing serious. At first, he barely noticed me, and I didn't care. He was just the older brother next door. Then came the pandemic. The world shut down. I was 13, bored, lonely. I used to wait at the gate between our houses, hoping my best friend would come outside. She never did. She was always asleep. But one day, Michael came out instead. He asked what I was doing. Caught off guard, I told him I was reading a fairy tale fan fiction on Wattpad, and that should have been the time when he walked away. He raised an eyebrow and asked me what it was about. I panicked and started explaining the plot like my life depended on it. The next day, he came back and said, I read it. I actually read it, and I loved it. That was the beginning. I started sending him more fanfics. He read every one. We started talking often, daily. He came over to watch anime with me. I thought it was harmless at first, but then it got deeper. He said he liked the way I told stories. He liked hearing my voice. And then he said he liked the way my hands felt when we held them. I was 13. He was 18. It should have felt wrong, but it didn't. Not back then. It felt intense, special, like a secret just between us. Then one night he said, when you turn 18, you and me, for real.
Predator. That man's a predator.
I didn't know how to process it. I just knew my heart was racing. And when my mum found our messages, she was furious. She called him and told him to stay away from me. And
Why?
he did, at least physically. But the stares, the subtle compliments, the whispered, you're beautiful, when no one could hear, that never stopped. Years passed. I tried moving on, fell for someone else, got rejected. Nothing felt real. Nothing felt like that. Then I met Diamond and Hyacinth, two sweet, chaotic siblings I bonded with instantly. But guess what? They're the siblings of a girl named Helena. And guess who Elena is dating? Michael. Plot twist. Helena is also the best friend of my best friend's older sister. So yes, very much part of my circle. I didn't know right away. I just had a weird feeling. The vibes were off. But when I found out, my chest dropped. Because even though we were never officially a couple, Michael and I had a connection, a past, a spark, a what if. Then came his master's graduation. We all went. I saw him again for the first time in years. That night, I was supposed to meet up with my sisters and friends. But traffic was insane. I couldn't go alone. My parents wouldn't allow it. So guess who offered to walk with me? Michael. Just us, the city lights, the same air we used to breathe when we were younger. We talked about everything, about the guy who ghosted me, about how I felt stuck, about how tired I was of pretending I was over it. And then he looked at me and said, Johnny was an idiot. If I were him, I'd leave my wife and kids for you. That moment broke me and healed me all at once. We started texting again. I was 18 now. I thought maybe this was it. Maybe we were finally syncing until I found out officially that he was still with Helena. I confronted him. I asked him why he came back, why he opened that door again, why he made me feel everything all over again. And he said, because I love you. Everything I said was out of love. I told him to stop. No more sweet words. No more almost. We still talk sometimes, but I keep my boundaries. And I can't lie. The feelings are here, still strong, still haunting me. So now I'm stuck. Helena isn't my best friend, but she's part of my circle. She matters to the people that I love. But he was there first, before anyone else, before her, before we even knew her name. He saw me first. He built something with me. He made a promise. So, am I the arsehole for still being in love with him, even though he's with her, even though he made the choice, even though he once said he'd leave his wife and kids for me?
That was imagination, bro. That was hypothetical. Please, sis, wake up. That man's a predator. He is a predator that was lusting after a 13-year-old when he was 18. And it was so bad, as soon as your mum saw any evidence of it, she told him never to contact you. Your mum threatened him, and he went away, didn't speak to you, but kept on still lurking and glaring at you. That man is a predator, and he's praying one day, just one day, you are weak enough to give in to him. And I bet you any money, his interest will then finish like that. He would have got what he wanted, which is sex. Like, it's sex. He likes them young. Some men do. Some people do. He likes them young. That man's a predator. Why is he even talking to you? He's now, 23 and you're 18? He was looking at you when you were 13. That man's a predator. Please run. Please block and delete him. You deserve better. I'm telling you right now, he's only interested in you because he can't have you. Because he hasn't had you. He doesn't love you. It's so easy to use the word love without meaning it. No.
I think you're really young as well. So I think you should just try and experience love and life. But this isn't love, by the way. It's very much, if he wanted you, he would have got you. But you don't need to be with him. Just live your life. Let him be with Helena. You live your life. You go out, you party, you do all the things that 18-year-olds do and experience life. I don't want this to be your first experience of love, even though it feels like you're infatuated with the what ifs, but he hasn't chosen you and he probably won't choose you. So please, please, please know that this is really wrong. And even if you were of the same age, the fact that he's in a relationship and he's saying that he still loves you, that in itself is toxic. You don't want to be with someone that has someone but is whispering sweet nothings to you on the side. Because if he really wanted you, wait a second, he could break up with Elena. They're not married.
It's true.
There's nothing stopping him but a
but
breakup.
wait, so even hypothetically, he's the kind of man that if he was married, he would break up his relationship, you know, the institution, the vows that they created for somebody else. This is not
he lies.
He's not an honourable person.
Just
do you know, like,
forget it.
He's committed and yet is still talking to you.
And like, do you know what? If you probably lined up a few women, you might find that he's done this to someone else.
Exactly.
Girl, don't worry about it. Try to
block and run.
Yeah, try to get over these feelings little by little.
Please.
It'll be the best thing that you can do. Go on. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah,
dun,
here comes May and her SVU take. Go ahead, sis.
He's a file. No. No, my take is he's a clear predator.
Yeah.
And he's extremely manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that he's been doing, it is a tactical plan. Like,
everything.
From the whispering to the reassuring. Oh, if I was Johnny. He's so specific about what he does with you. He leaves these breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
That you're to pick up and create a whole nice little meal from. My thing is, unfortunately, you're easy game. Like, you're really, really easy to manipulate because he's been working you since you were 13.
Yeah.
Like,
5 years.
He's planted these little seeds from when you were 13. And I don't mean to be harsh either when I'm saying this to you. I'm saying that there's a lot of men like this.
Yeah.
There are, like, even when you're 40, 50, 60, you're going to run into these guys where they just manipulate. Yeah. They manipulate in order to get what they want. So maybe once he has sex with you, he won't be interested anymore.
He wouldn't,
or
trust me.
Maybe you could try and make it work, but then you start to see that he likes them quite young. Like, there's something not 100 with him. I would say that he's a bad guy in this story. Like, I think that's very obvious.
But also, but this is what, please can you remember this as well? He has no problems talking to you, whispering sweet nothings when he's committed.
Thank you.
Is that
He's a bad
generally across the board, like, forget your history, is that the kind of person that you'd want to be with? I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be with someone that's committed. I want someone to pursue me wholeheartedly, unattached to somebody else. That's what you deserve as well. So please don't confuse. Like, chalk it up to a little crush. Honestly, your neighbour that you had a little crush on, chalk it up to that. But I would honestly say block him and run.
And also, I was going to say, this is going to sound harsh, but he might be your first, and you might have gotten in there before Helena, but he isn't picking you.
Yeah.
At no point has he picked you.
It's true, actually.
He's known you since you were 13.
Yeah, why hasn't he picked you?
He hasn't picked you. Not when you were 16, 15.
Yeah.
None. Still today, even when you decided to write this message, he didn't pick you.
In fact, he's never said.
Move on.
He wants to be with her.
He's never said.
I think this is all fictional. If I'm being honest, I think it's all fictional. I think he's done what he wanted to do so that you're an option to him at any point that he decides. But I'm telling you, more times than not, you've attached bigger feelings to what's actually just part of his manipulation tactics. And that's it. And that's why I think the best thing you could do.
Easy.
It's so easy. And especially when you're young and inexperienced or have a lack of experience in comparison to him. I think it's very easy. So no one's blaming you. It's very easy to arrive at the conclusion that you did. But I'm telling you now, he's been manipulating you since you were 13 years old. And I'm telling you that nothing good can come from somebody who is showing you that he is a cheater.
Michael is lucky.
He's a cheater.
That you haven't screenshot those conversations, sent it to Elena.
It's
That woman than me, boy.
Expose him for who he is. Yeah. He's a cheater. He's a predator. He's a manipulator. He's a liar. Yeah. He's not a good person. Okay, and a last submission. Hey, lovely ladies. I'm a Lebanese girl from Australia, and I was seeing a Nigerian guy for a few months in mid-2024.
Wahala.
We met one random night at a bar. He came up to me and started talking. The connection and chemistry were instant. Later, I found out he was one of the owners of the bar. Nothing really happened until about 2 months later, when the bar had an opening night for their rebrand. My friend and I kept going back every weekend for about 3 weeks, and every time we saw each other, our connection grew stronger. We would dance together all night, and our bond developed quickly and naturally. After a couple of visits, he admitted something to me. He said he was still involved with his ex of over 10 years. He told me that in a few months, her family from Malaysia would even be staying at his house. They also had a business together. Apparently they had broken up in February 2024. I met him in March and things between us progressed around May/June. He confided in me about their relationship problems. They had been dating for 10 to 15 years, but were always breaking up and getting back together. He told me his ex found out about me, would stalk him, take photos of us and send them to him. He even admitted that he himself would sometimes take photos of me and send them to her. That really messed with my head. It was so immature and toxic. And let me point out, she's 37, he's 35. They are grown adults. They've been together that long, moved countries together, and still, no ring, no kids. Anyway, we kept seeing each other, going out for dinners, and every time we met, the connection grew. He even confessed that he loved me. I had never felt that way before, but I also knew deep down this would end in heartbreak, and it did. In September 2024, we agreed to take some time apart, mostly because he said he was confused and didn't know what he wanted, meaning he didn't know who he wanted to be with. We had created a deep bond, but I wasn't okay with being treated like an option, so I knew stepping back was the right thing. We've been no contact since then. I've bumped into him twice, but nothing happened. I guess what I really want to understand is, why do men do this? Why do Nigerian men, in particular, do this? Why play good women who only wanted to love them genuinely? Thanks, ladies.
I think I've got just a simple answer, because they can.
Yes.
That's it.
No, but I've got another, and this is really important. And girls, please take note. Because we allow them.
They can, and we allow them.
We allow them.
Because let me tell you something, yeah? And this is not me picking at you. He told you his story, and for a period of time you stayed. Now, he told you his truth at the time, which is clearly a lie. But he was like, we're
broken up.
We're broken up. We're this, we're that. He gave you the truth. And this is one tactic that they can use, They'll throw the truth. I'm married, but I'm unhappy. I hate her. I will leave her next year.
Yeah.
And that string of hope will make someone who has, standards, break them down a little bit, because you're given the truth. Truth first.
Yeah.
It's a lie. They lie. They use all tactics. No person should be able to tell you one rubbish situation for you to enter. If someone says to you, I'm in a relationship, I'm gone. And that's what it should be. And I think it's just because they can.
No, but I
we take it. We lap it up. We lap it up.
We allow it.
We lap it up. And I've been guilty of this. You're obviously guilty of this because you send it in a story.
We all have, honestly.
I have been guilty of the lies. The lies are mad.
But
sometimes they're even simple.
That man ain't really lying to you. Okay, let me just say something. That one about his Malaysian ex's family staying with him. Sis, they're basically married at this point, and that's his in-laws. Yeah? That's his in-laws who he's actually allowing to stay with him, because I bet his in-laws do not believe that they're not together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you stay with your sister's ex-boyfriend? You wouldn't do that.
The reason
they're
why
together.
Is that they're together.
They're together.
But he's saying that they're
that.
not together. He's saying that that's his ex. I think
No.
they're firmly married.
Exactly.
Traditionally.
Thank you. Probably in her Malaysian culture as well.
Mad.
Another thing is, I want to remind you, and this is because we allow them, you done told us that this man told you that, cool, they're not together. And he even said he's ex of 10 years. Then in the next paragraph, you said ex of 10 to 15 years. Even you must realise that the numbers have shifted, because you know why? It's not the whole truth. But after that, you then said, we continued. So, sis, you have to be accountable. One thing me and my friends always talk about, there's a huge lack of accountability on the women's part. And I will stand there and say I've been guilty of it myself.
Yeah.
We have to take blame for our own actions. You knew what this man was going through. You knew it was messy. Even if he's saying it's ex and it's not really the truth, and even if you suspect it's not the truth, it's still a messy situation. A guy that's been going back and forth with this girl for 10 to 15 years and still no kids, but no commitment, but... she's still she's here today, gone tomorrow. Like, you knew that was a messy situation, but you know what you did? You continued. So you can't keep playing the whole innocent woman and, he's played me. No, sis, you allowed him to play with you. And you signed up for the game. Like, you walked away, but you signed up for the game. You kept on coming back. So now you're a willing participant of that mess and of that game. So, first of all, please... take accountability for your actions and stop sitting here saying that, oh, he's such a bad guy, he did this, he did that. You allowed him.
Yeah.
Like, nothing will change until you accept that truth. Harsh truth as it is, nothing will change, because you know what you'll do? You'll keep on meeting the same guy in a different format. And it's happened to me, my friends, all of us, until we actually accepted the role that we played in it. So they do it because they can, and also because we allow them. Once we stop allowing them, they won't do it. Like, it's simple maths. Simple maths.
If they knew that if I do this, she's gone.
There's consequences? Huh?
Like, if I move mad.
Do you know what I mean?
Guess what?
Oh, it jeopardizes our relationship. There's no more us.
They wouldn't.
If they cared, they won't anyway. If they cared, they won't.
Yeah. So I'm just like, girl, it's because they can.
Literally.
And you know what? There's always someone to lap it up. Just don't let it be you.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I don't have that much to add. Everything the girl said, I agree. They can, and honestly, there's no consequences for their behaviour as well, because they win the girl. She stays. Like, you literally entertained him further, didn't you? So, like, this is what we do. We keep entertaining these men. I keep watching these TV shows, these films where it's a bad situation. The woman's actually the clear loser, and yet she still stays. And even on the way here, we were talking about a situation, and I described it as a bad situation. I said, but I bet she stays.
Yeah.
I bet she stays because this is what women do. I've gotten to the point where we have to just take stock. Like, you're saying, oh, and why is it specifically Nigerian men, a good woman? None of that matters. None of that matters. The only thing that you can do is take stock of your own actions. And so, like, I'm constantly disappointed by the actions of women, because unfortunately, men will do and get away with as much as we allow.
Yeah.
And that's
literally.
it. That's it. So they do what they do, and they will keep doing what they do. That's it. I'm really sorry that you're in this terrible relationship. I really hope that you have wisened up, you've seen him for exactly who he is, and that you don't entertain it further. That's it.
Stop going to a circus.
The question
honestly.
that you wanted answered, the girls have actually answered it. But now, I want you to make sure you don't entertain him any further. Please.
Oh, anyone. Like, being in a relationship with someone that likes you is so easy. Like, it actually is. It's just like meeting, like, I remember when I met May and Melinda, we were at a wedding, we sat at this table, and I think one of them said, we were talking about, I think a song came on, and we instantly started clicking about albums. We started, you do? You remember?
No, I don't
remember. Because the
memories.
I do.
I don't remember a thing.
We started talking about albums, and I think May must have said to me, oh, this new album is good. And that's how we got chatted. It was me and another hairdresser, because I did hair for this wedding and it was their friend, and we were sat at this table, we keyed, and then I think they were looking for a hairdresser at the time, and then they came to my house, and I don't know, something about that first interaction stuck with them. They came to the house, and I will never forget this. Melinda I put on a TV show because I was like, oh, all the people that get their hair done at my house, we watch something. So do you want to watch something? You have control. I can put something on. Melinda was like, can you position the TV this way? And then she got into my bed and I was like, this is crazy. And I remember my mum, I can't remember if my mum was there or she wasn't, but
no, she was.
Yeah, so she made like chicken wings,
yeah.
And I'm from Ivory Coast, so our national dish is like achike, which is cassava, and she made all the trimmings. And they told me this later. I didn't know this at the time, but they were like, "Can you imagine? We got good service, TV, and she was nice, and we got our hair done on time." So that was an easy relationship starter. That's how it is when you meet someone that you like. It's just a series of great moments.
But I don't think that's the question here. Like, she hasn't said that them two had a bad relationship. Like,
I'm not saying it is. I'm making a completely different point.
The question is, let Marie land.
No, I'm literally just saying it's easy when you meet someone that you like. It's instant and it's easy, but there shouldn't be some introduction of, oh, basically my house is on fire and blah blah blah, when you come it's going to be this, or all of these excuses that come and we have to accept breadcrumbs. That's not how it actually happens. It's not what happens when you get into a good relationship, is the point that I'm trying to make. It's easy, it's fun. It's not supposed to be this thing that has your brain doing calculations, him saying things to you like, I've taken pictures of you to send to her so that it can be a mindfuck. Like, can you imagine? That is not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something you go back and tell your friends about. I met this guy and it's quite fun. I just want to see where it goes. That's what it's supposed to be like. And I really wish that for you. Because let me tell you, it's dire out there. It is dire. And I don't want you to be accepting breadcrumbs just because it's dire out there.
Yeah, but this situation is really bad because I even forgot about the whole him sending pictures and vice versa. And his ex. It's not the ex. Stop calling the ex as well, by the way. That's his girlfriend.
That's his wife.
That is his love.
That's actually his wife. No, I guarantee they're married.
Yeah.
They're actually
I bet they're married in a Malaysian
Malaysian
culture as well. Yeah. Let's call it his wife, yeah. That's really toxic. That you... sis, do you really want to be part of a third party to like that mess?
No, she's gone now.
That is... I hope you stay gone. Yeah. But I really hope you stay gone because you signed up to the circus and you kept on going back. Like, please say no contact though. Please say no contact. But in regards to your questions, pardon me, I feel like we've answered them for you. It's because they can and because we allow them. So you
don't allow them.
Just be a good woman to a good man, please. That's all it is.
And don't allow them.
Yeah, literally. Nigerian men, they've got a way. Everybody knows about them. But if you can see it, you know what's up.
And that's it. That's literally it. So thank you so much.
Thank you
for watching all the way until the end.
Yes.
Let us know what more dilemmas you'd like to hear from us.
Yes. And don't forget, we're on socials, Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. Feel free to add your comments and, even if they're different from ours, we'd love to see all of that.
I would like a request. Can you send us your bad date stories?
Yes.
Can you send us something wild that happened to you? Send in some fun stories, funny stories, embarrassing stories. We do want to give you varied stories. Looking forward to receiving more submissions. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.